Hello, good evening, everybody. We are here for round number 6 for the AVC at Monza. Just quickly doing something on my thing monitor, and then I don't have things. I don't care. Right. So I'll just quickly get on screen championship standings after Belgium last week. As you can see, it is very tight at the top between Titan Esports and ESPL Esports. Uh, literally fighting over the top spot. It's very close, tight race there. And then you got CET in third with 77 points after missing the first two races. They got fast paced race in the fourth, 4. So 4 points behind them. You got Horizon Racing on 53, Push to Champs on 22, Hyperdrive on 22 as well. TMS is closed, so they will no longer be racing. And we've got NRT also racing. They scored 8 points last week. And then TDR didn't score anything last week, unfortunately, but hopefully that will change today. As I will now quickly bring up you the track map for this race, the Monza set, the Temple of Speed, aka Monza, Italy, with 2 DRS zones and 11 corners. So expect to see loads of overtaking into turn 1 and maybe around the outside of the last corner. 3.5 miles long, but without further ado, oh, that is a wrong button. That is also a wrong button. We'll do this, do that, and there we go. In a qualifying. And I do apologize if you hear me munching through the microphone. I do apologize. I have food to eat, so during qualifying, I will try my best to keep up with people, but I'm going to just be numbing, so I do apologize. As Hugo's been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous spot. Interesting. Mateus also disqualified. Bro, guys, all you have to do is just retire in the pits. That's all you need to do. I don't know why you're coming out on the track and getting disqualified. Why is Believin doing a race? He's supposed to have a quali ban. Next, he didn't tell his driver that he's got a quali ban. It should be both of them that get quali bans, because Derek said so. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway. Let's see who is actually going to be fastest set our lap, and we'll ride on board with them. I think it could be Jay. Could be Jay Dan, aka Jacko. It's not Ted, he just started a lap. Sights is right behind him. The light's still on the pits. Dominicu is in 11th, and we've got Marcos. He's just starting a lap. Believing is still on a lap. He should not finish that lap, otherwise he's going to be in trouble. But anyway, so it looks like it's going to be Jacko first one to finish his lap. Round the final corner, what's his banker going to be for Titan Esports? It is an 18.3. As Sights does an 18.5. And Dominicu does an 18.0. Very nice indeed. As Believin goes to the top of the board, he should not have finished that lap. So that is pain. Just gonna... As Gladiator for free has now gone top of the time board of 17.8. Let's ride on with a driver who's just started a lap. Marcus about to finish a lap, but it's invalidated. It was a 17.6. Pretty quick. Diablo, current cross sign doing 18.5, just slower than the sights. Right aboard of Tonton, he's just started a lap. While he's going for his lap, I'm going to now quickly enjoy my food before it gets cold, because this is just poor timing. So, apologies if I don't talk. Also, as well, this week I do have a live chat. I fixed it for this week. It was just a simple, stupid setting I needed to enable. So, if you want to thing, yeah. Tonton here then, up to the line. Where's he going to go? He's currently the slowest of everybody. Unfortunate. What a brilliant light there from the light up to P3. I'll go on board with Claw next. Bit of a wobble there out of the second Lesmo, but he's not even on a really on a lap. Right on board with Marcus. then. Probably ESPL's best driver. Let's see what he can do for the team today. Currently top. He's also currently top of the driver's standings, but I don't think anyone really cares about that. Oh, we got yellow. A lot of. Oh dear, we've got some traffic on the corner. Oh, Marco's top of the time balls at 1:17.778. Has a lot of faster times that started coming. There's a couple other people in the 17s. We've got 17, few 17.8s coming in. As Jacko has also improved to a 17.9. That is a. Oh, here is their said driver, believing. Four minutes after session, believing he'll start his final run. He shouldn't be doing it, but No, and he's dropped it. So I believe it has dropped it out of the corner. How much quicker is Kieran? He's almost 2 times up, but he's going to have a little bit of traffic ahead of him. Oh, and he's in the gravel, and he's the latest person to lose the back end. Dominic Q just started a lap. Tauntaun invalidated, but I think he might get to the start finish line and start another one, but barely. Pretty much everyone's on an out lap. Dominic Q here is got past all the traffic somehow. Wants to see how fast he is. And he's invalidated. That is unfortunate. And he's killing all sponsorship boards. Lovely. So Ted Head has improved up to P4. We've got Haas coming as Diablo for Hyperdrive. Well, did improve, but it actually invalidated. Pedro will be next. Well, Marcus and Pedro will be next. But I think Pedro gave Marcus slipstream, so if Pedro sacrifices that for Marcus not to go top. Gladiator's next, but he's invalidated, so we next go to the light. Coming around the last corner now is the light. Up the line. Does improve, but not by much. P7. Next is Eva Haas. He's into the pits. Here comes Jacko. Needs a big improvement if he wants to try and get K off the top spot, but does not improve. Stays P6. Last person on lap is Tauntaun, but he's invalidated his lap. So that is your qualifying done. So I don't know how to say this without butchering it. What was it? Kia? I don't know. I don't know how you said that. Well, he's on Hyperdrive, so we'll just say Hyperdrive. Then Marcus P2. Gladiator for free is in P3. That's funny. I think Marcus's teammate is P4. I'll get full classification for you right now. There you are. So yeah, Hyperdrive on pole with Marcus P3, Gladiator for free in P3, then Ted Head, Pedro, Jacko, The Light, Sights, Believing after they should not even have done a lap, Diablo, Dominique, Kieran, Darucci, Tonton, Z-Claw, Vince K, Hugo, and then obviously Mateo and Hugo had quali bands. So now moving on to the main race. And that is some very dark clouds. There we go. Drivers should be readying up right now, by the way. Like, it is 1:30, guys. Ready to fudge up. Like, ready to fudge up. Like, come on. Come on. Thank you. Right. Everyone's assets are done. Everyone's on the grid. We're ready to get racing. 5 lights are on. And lights out. Away we go for the mono. For the oh god! For God's sake! I butchered the start like an absolute tool. It's fine now. But Jay's made a brilliant start up to P4 already. Brilliant start there, but he's got Pedro's inside. Ted Head's losing a lot of places. some carbon fiber flying everywhere. The light is made up a couple of places. Jaden's lost one to Pedro, but he's still on the inside. Pedro, and looks like he's going still side by side. These two are. Let's roll it about Ted. He's got a perfect view of this, and Pedro will get ahead of Jacko. And Jacko makes a stone mistake, and Ted Head just goes flying through as well. And there's people flying all over the place further back. As Tauntaun's been sent further back, the push to champ drivers up have gained 3 places each, pretty much. So this is a very hectic first lap. But Kay still holds the lead at the front for Hyperdrive, as Marcos is following him, and he's got Gladiator behind him, Pedro, Ted, Jay, The Light, Sights, Diablo, and Believe It are your top 10. And we got, then it's Derucci, Vince, Dominicu. Oh, I thought Matteo was going to have a little look up the inside of Dominicu into the final corner before otherwise. They got Tauntaun ahead of Hugo, who's then ahead of Claw, who's ahead of Kieran at the back. No one really making any moves. And Titan Esports do need to try and get a wriggle on if they want to get ahead of the Red Bulls, because they don't want to get overtaken by ESPL in the points. As like everyone's pretty much all in DRS range of each other except for Dominique, who's struggling to keep on the back of Vince K. Vince K is broken at 1 second to him. God. Frog in my throat. As Vince K and Derucci are fighting, so Derucci's made a mistake somewhere, and Vince is making a full advantage, and Matteo's taking advantage of Dominique not having DRS, getting past the fast-paced driver and into 13th ahead, and then also back into DRS of Derucci, and his teammate goes flying through as well. So the push to champ drivers are making a lot of headway here, as the Hyperdrive driver still in the lead of this race. Nothing really happening towards the front, because we're all just in one long, oh god, rolling one long DRS train here, which is never a good thing. It's never a good thing to be in one long DRS train, but I suppose it's better than anything if you can keep in the train. Oh, as Sights is trying to make a move on the Light, but the Light, oh, but contact the Light and Sights are both in the wall. Well, both got major wing damage, and that is virtual safety car deployed. Is the Light still going? Yes, he is, thankfully. But that is unfortunate there. Sights just getting a bit too aggressive there. Apparently Kieran is disconnected. That's not good, because I don't think I have Kieran added either. Because his car is ghosted. So that's not good. If there's a TDR if there's a TDR driver in the chat, tell Kieran to add me. It's Piney Penguin, all one words, double capital P, both P's are capitals. So we've only got a virtual safety car, not a full-blown safety car, but Sights and the Light having to come into the pits to repair those wings. But it's not good at all. As Dominique gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. As we go green again here. And now Jay will look to try and get ahead of Ted Head here, because he needs to try and get some more points for Titan Esports, especially with what's just happened, I think. As Matteo's fighting with Derucci here over P10 and gets ahead, and Derucci goes wide, and straight through goes Hugo and Dominique. go flying through. So Durucci there for going wide has lost 2 more places. That is massive. The push to champion drivers are working well together here, slicing through the field. Next person they've got to get past is Believer and Vince K. And then they've got Diablo's ahead of this pack, and then he's got like almost 3 seconds to the front 6, who have just sailed away. It'd be also interesting to see how many people will do a 1-stop in this race. I imagine not many will do the 1-stop. It'll be obviously enough sights, and the light will have to now do another stop again later in this race. It does suck for them, but maybe if we get a late safety car, it can help them recover. So the top 6 here, just all really close together. We've got Marcos here right on the back of K. Like all over the back of the Haas driver here. Will he try and do it? Will he try to go for a move overtake? By the sound of that engine, no he is not. So he might try something into turn 1. As a Gladiator there looking to try and get past him, but not quite close enough. He's got a lovely helicopter shot. As it looks like Marcus is gaining. Gonna try and go. Try to look around the outside of the hyperdrive driver, but did not. Someone's really wide there in the background. Who was that? I think that was Ted Head, was really wide, because now Jay Dennis all over the back of him, pulling it out of his slipstream. Will he try and outbrake him down into turn 1? No, because Ted Head's gonna try and go down, try and turn defense into an overtake on Pedro, but it did not work. Gladiator right all over the back of Marcos here. So Marcos actually lost a bit of time. As we got yellow flags, as Dominique is out of the race, and has full safety car deployed. Well, I did say this might happen later. I did not think it would happen 2 laps later. This has actually helped sights and the lights. And now all these guys, now they have a question to answer. Do they pit, get off these tyres, and to convert their 1-stop to a 2-stop? It's probably the most sensible thing to do. But will they do it is the bigger question. If you're Vince, Tonton, Claw, and Kieran, you will not. Kieran's still not reconnected to the race, sadly, so I don't know why that. I don't think I have him added. And I've had no invite from Kieran, so looks like we're not gonna have. He's not gonna be able to rejoin the race. So Sights and Light will have 3 lap more worn tires than the rest of the field. If the rest of the field do decide to pit, and there's the answer, yes they do. They are all in. Pedro was slowing down the rest of the field so he could double stack with his teammate. I don't know how I feel about that. So, but anyway, Tonton into the lead of the race with his teammate Claw. Obviously, both of them have not pitted. Vince is actually in the pits and he starts on the hards. So that's interesting. And it looks like Jay has jumped Pedro in the pits, but not Ted. So Pedro actually got held up a little bit by his teammate pitting. But this doesn't change much. Does Sights get ahead of his teammate Durucci? Yes, he does. And there's the light in the background. So will he get past any of these guys? Even Kieran came in. Kieran's AI came in, but... So we got HR12 right now. HR looking pretty nice in this situation, but obviously they've got 6 lap old hards compared to everybody else is fresh, unless your Sights and Light who have 3 laps. So the safety car was brought out by Dominique as crash. Did not quite see what happened there to the FPR driver. I assume there will be a ticket made by his team, and the stewards will have a look at that. So not a great day for FPR. Just don't know why Vince K pitted. He was starts on the hards. He should have stayed out with the HR drivers, and he could have been in a very nice first place. Because it is annoying when the safety car does come out and you're on the alternate strategy. When the safety car does come out this early, it does kind of suck. But not much you can really do there. Wish you could do more, but oh well. Hey ho. Oh. What am I being pinged about? Right, and here we go. Tonton now has somewhat taken the entire thing by surprise, but I think this with Claw behind him, I think that was tactical. But looks like K might go try and get him at turn one here, round the outside. Rosem coming the inside, but Tonton has missed his breaking point and has gone across the first corner. So that massive lead he had is now gone as he's now going backwards through the field. He's now dropped swing as Ted has got ahead of Gladiator. Never mind, as Marcos here is trying to get past Claw and does get down his inside very, very quickly. As for some reason Jay has gone backwards. He's lost like 4 places. What's happened to Jay? What has happened to the Tiny Sport drivers today? Thinking the light gets mixed up with sights and Jay Dan is just going backwards. Right, this is really not good. As Gladiator's now got past Claw. As now Ted Head will look to get past him as well. Vince K. Whoa! Contact there made. Vince not quite getting up the inside there. As Ted Head will now try and get him, but nope, not quite enough. They're all burning battery. Look how close Vince is to the back of Claw, but just not able to get past the Claw. Now he'll do on the brakes and gets ahead of the Claw. As Ted and Pedro are fighting, and so is Jay Dan and Mateo. Are all squabbling and fighting for positions here. As Jay Dan's gonna try again on Mateo here and gets him on the brakes. But contact made between, more contact. A lot of contact. Pedro's gone flying. Yellow flags are out. More damage on the road. Okay. Hey, come on guys, what is this? Are we racing or playing bumper cars here? So it looks like Diablo's one of the people who's lost part of their wing. Anyone else lost the wings from that? I don't know, I can't blooming see. But that does suck for Pedro. He's been dropped to the very back of the field. As Derucci has made a mistake and he's gone flying off the road. So K in the lead for Hyperdrive, and he's 1.4 seconds up the road from Marcos, who's 1.8 up the road from Gladiator, who's then got Tonton for company, who's got Vince K behind him, who will try to go for a little bit of a ascent here at turn one. Side by side they are. Vince on the outside, but gets the power down earlier and gets ahead as Claw was side by side with Ted Head. Contact made and Claw loses like 2 places there. Obviously he is on 6 lap older tyres. He's not pitted. Everybody else has, as Sights now gets past him. Oh, but bit of afters and Claw has gone backwards and he's been spanned round completely by Sights. So another bit of contact Sights has been involved with. Not good at all. As now Vince has actually lost DRS to Vikings ahead of him. Not Vikings, Gladiators. God damn, wrong era. So, got a nice little train here. Sights is the lead car in this train, but then gets passed by Hugo. So Hugo's had enough of weighing behind Sights. Diablo does have end plate damage. He does have the light behind him for company, who's got a lot of overspeed. With DRS and battery deployed, gets ahead of the Hyperdrive driver and into P11. You'll now look to try and get past Sights, who's on the same tyre wear as him. Diablo couldn't really fight that at all because of the wing damage. So now the light will have to catch up to those guys. Nothing really happening up here. Jacko having a little bit of a slide. Tonton still in amongst these guys. Gladiator somehow has actually caught up to Marcus. Actually got into DRS but does not have DRS. That is unfortunate. Up 3-second time penalty for Pedro for track limit violations. That is unfortunate for a Pedro there. As Gladiator here was trying to catch Marcus, will now have DRS and will now use that DRS to catch up to Marcus. Probably won't get him into turn one because he's way too far back. Way too far back. Vince has now actually been caught by Tonton and Ted Head, and Ted Head gets ahead of Tonton. And now Jaden also got ahead of Mateo. So now Jacko will now have a look at Tonton here. Will he go for it on the brakes? Long side, later on the brakes, and gets ahead. Into P6 goes Jacko. Very lovely stuff there from the Titan Esports driver. Next person on his list is Ted Head, who does not have DRS to the driver ahead of him. As here goes Jacko trying to catch a Ted. Oh god, that's a terrible time for a yawn, and that's a terrible time to get a 3-second time penalty for it. Sights. He's currently in P10, has the light bearing down on him. So that's not going to help him. This light do try and shine as bright as possible as Gladiator's ahead of Marcus for P2, and now we'll try and catch after the Hyperdrive driver of K, as Believin is into the pits for what is his second stop. I believe we fell second set of hard tyres. Yep, second set of hards. Oh, and a front wing change too. But he should be good to the end though, Believin. So I expect that to be fine. As Claw, I didn't even notice, is pitted. Could have probably gone longer. So we got Ted Head here, just not quite able to catch up to Vince, as Jay will try to catch up to the Ted Head. Oh, that's big. Titan Esports, the light has picked up 3 seconds for track limits, and so has Darucci. Oh, those came in very quick succession. We got yellow flags as Marcus is into the pits at his second stop. As we're right aboard here with Jacko, he's going to try and get Ted into turn 1. Later on the brakes, on the inside, gets the move done. And Jacko into what is P4 for the time being. I assume Marcus is going for an undercut on K. This is where, like, if I was engineering the Titan drivers, I would have got them to pit now as well, probably. It's all good. So we got run lap 15 here of 27, 12 laps to go. Sorry, 13 laps, 12 after this one. As Tonton, latest person to pick up 3 seconds for track limit violations, and so does Diablo too. Also picking up that thing as Sights gets past Tonton. As now the light will try and catch up to Tonton, and he will try and get ahead. As Gladiator is into the pits as well for his second stop to try and cut off Marcos. The same with Vince also into the pits as Claw picks up another 3-second time penalty. Nope, never mind. That's his first. Hugo almost into the DRS of his teammate. And is. Yellow flags as tight as Kieran has crashed and has brought up full safety car deployed. Full safety car deployed. So everyone's now going to go slow. This is unfortunate for Marcus and Gladiator. As where are these guys? Oh no, they're right here, never mind. They have to go slower than normal. Will they jump these guys? The answer is yes, they do. But not by much. Oh wow, Jacko's actually come up quite ahead. Oh, Tedder didn't even pit. So Kieran is out of the race. Oh, and Believing is is out of the race as well. So I think he's retired in the pits, and Azari has left the session. Down to 15 drivers now in this race. So this is unfortunate for Kay, Ted, and Mateo, as all these guys will have to pit. But all these guys will drop behind Marcus. Don't know if they'll drop behind Thing as well. Let's see if Marcus can actually catch the front runners. Yes, I don't think he's going to catch K, because K's already leaving the pits. Ted putting a set of medium tyres on. Yeah, I do see the mediums lasting that long. But more importantly, him and Matteo actually come out ahead of Jacko. Well, Ted, no, okay, Matteo not so much. Jacko gets ahead of as Matteo, but not ahead of Ted Head, which is kind of big. The light also onto a set of medium tires. Same with TomTom. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. So those medium tires should be able to last until the end of this race. Because by the time we get going again, it will be lap. And end of lap 19, 20 lap. We'll have 8 laps to go, so those tires I think should easily should be easily able to do 8 laps. So this is interesting. Very, very interesting. But this sucks for Marcus and Gladiator though, because both of those two have been on their tires for as long as they have. So that is not going to help them one bit. Right. Just waiting for corner catch ups. I don't think safety car's gonna get called, and I think we're gonna do one more lap. Because we could get a very, very late call for the safety car coming in. But I don't think we are getting this late call, so we are doing one more lap under the safety car. So we'll get racing again at the end of lap 20, so we'll have 6 laps to go then. So these medium runners then are looking a bit handier than normal now, so this is good for them. These medium runners are saying thank you, Mr. Safety Car, for staying out one more lap. To be fair though, it should have come in last lap, but I think it only picked up the leader last. No, I picked up the leader lap before. So we're going to have 6 laps of hard racing. There we go. Safety car being called in. So K will pace the grid through this final sector as we wait for Burt Mindlander to get his slow Mercedes back to pit road. As you can see there in the distance, all the cars weaving from side to side, trying to put some temperature in those tyres. And normally they're doing this does wear them out just a tiny bit, but not much else you can really do. You want heating those tyres so you get better grip and stuff. So safety car's fully in, and there goes K. He is bolted as we are go here for the final 6 laps of this Italian Grand Prix, as K is just ahead of Marcus and Gladiator, but Gladiator is all over the back of Marcus. Might try something down into turn 1, but Marcus might try something onto K into turn 1 later on the break side by side, but no, K will stay ahead as Gladiator will try and push his way through, but not quite. He's got Ted Head on those medium tires right behind him as well, so he's going to try and muscle his way through. As they're all being nice and thing right now, all just driving through nice and calmly. Oh, Marcus getting a bit wide there out of one of the last more corners, and then now side by side with the Gladiator, as Gladiator now gonna try and get ahead of Marcus, and so is Ted Head. Ted Head's looking to get past as well, but he's literally pushing the Gladiator through the corner, and now they go side by side through Ascari, but nope, Ted Head wisely backs out of that. But Marcus getting all out of shape there. Slightly older tyres as Claude picks 1 up 3 seconds apparently, and is now retired out of this race because he's crashed and full safety car redeployed. Anyone to be brave enough to go on those softs? We can't have a couple laps of racing without someone crashing. So the club now becomes the latest victim in this race. We are now down to 13 drivers. So Gladiator managed to get the important move past Marcus. Ted has got 3 lap younger tyres than Marcus, so he wants to get ahead of Marcus. Then we've got Jay in 5th, then Matteo, Vince, Hugo, Sights, The Light, Tom, Diablo, Pedro, and the final runner in last is Derucci. Unfortunately. But probably no fault of his own. So safety cars caught them, so to do this lap, next lap. So end of 23, they'll get going for 4 laps of racing. Just the bigger question is, will Marcus hold on to that podium, or will Jay and Ted Head get ahead of him? As race leader has left the session. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Race leader has left the session. Let's just quickly see if I can find them. There we are. Sent them an invite, so hopefully they can get back in. Oh no! And the AI's bit them! Oh no! Oh no! And Pedro's in too, but that is pain. Oh, he's gone onto old mediums too! Not even on softs! Oh no! Hyperdrive was gonna get a win here, but now with his AI boxing him under safety car. Oh no, poor K. And Pedro is gonna take a gamble going on the soft tyre. Will he be able to get through them? Oh, what's going on here? Why are people side by side back there? What the heck is going on? So that is very unfortunate. unfortunate there. As somehow the light has got ahead of Sights. What's happened to Sights for him to lose the place to the light? Oh, the light's got wing damage again. The light has wing damage, so that is not good. We're going to get a late safety call car. Late call for the safety car. So yeah, the light has got end plate damage on his car. So that ain't good. Monza is a low downforce track. Will Pedro catch to the back of the field to get safe? Have a late safety car call in? Yep, there we go. Late call. What is this, Burt Mylander? Why is this such a late call? Right, Gladiator will pace the grid in the final few 100 meters of him. Now he decides when to go. The light is coming into the pits to change that front wing. That is unfortunate. Getting caught in an incident. And look at them all side by side here. As Ted Head's already got past Marcus. And Hugo's gone backwards as Jay's getting hit and punted and pushed through by the McLarens. Marcus is off the road and blocking that Jay. And they're all just side by side. And now looks like Jacko will try to go on the outside of Marcus. 2-lap fresher tyres. But does not get him. As they're all side by side further back as Sights' thing. Like, this is unfortunate for, like, Pedro's already made a lot of places already. Will 2-lap younger tyres for Jacko on Marcus. Will Jacko get past? Because right now he kind of wants to get past because there's a very quick Pedro catching the rest of the field. As a 3-second time penalty for Matteo. As Tonton's getting past Pedro. Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay. Get Marcus, please. DRS now enabled. Ted Head has a very good opportunity here because that safety car, as Sights and Matteo are fighting over what is P7. Still side by side as Diablos is coming right up behind him. As Pedro and Tonton are fighting over what is P10. Squabbling away there. As it looks like these guys are gapped. Gapped thing. Come on, Jacko, get past freaking Marcos. If you could get past Marcos, we'll stay ahead of him by a point. Because Marcos seems to be struggling just a tad bit there. I say now is not the best place to overtake Jacko. You gotta wait until turn 1. Do it at turn 1, lad. Yeah, Pedro is like miles back off of the back of Diablo. So it doesn't look like he's gonna catch really for more points for ESPL. Right. Second to last lap here. Will Gladiator hold on to the lead for FPR? Or will Ted Head take it for TDR? Ted Head really all over the back of Gladiator here. And he's all over the back of him like gets fastest lap of the race. Ted Head not even going to wait for DRS zone and gets ahead of the Gladiator up into P1 as the Gladiator is now under pressure from Vince. As they're all touching each other up here as we're coming through the next few corners. Ted Head, I think, has got ahead of I was about to call him Viking again. It's a freaking he's the freaking Gladiator, not Viking. Anyway, Gladiator just weaving left and right, trying to get past the TDR driver as we now go to helicopter cam. As this is a lovely helicopter shot as Diablo picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Oh god, we're gonna have some DRS chicken games here, boys. As it looks like Vince is gonna try to go around the outside here of the Gladiator, but does not quite get it. He gets forced off the road a little bit. He's now under pressure from the McLaren behind him. As now we come to the final lap of this race. This will be probably the second. Gladiator will have one last chance to get past Ted as we come side by side down into turn one. Contact made, wheel hooking and all sorts. But just staying ahead is the Gladiator ahead of Ted. But Ted will now use those softer tyres to get a better exit. But nope, is not going anywhere. As Marcus is now putting on the pressure to get through the field. He's already got past Vince. He's going to try and get past the McLaren. And he's just been bumped all over the road. As that is an important move for him to get past Vince, because now he's putting one car between himself and the Titan Esports driver. As we now come on to the final DRS straight, Ted Ed will have one last opportunity here to try and get one last opportunity after this to get past the Gladiator, but he needs to have some battery. But by the look of his dash, he's not got any. As Jay picks up 3 seconds for track limits on the very last lap. Oh, that's more than likely now confirmed that he's gonna get P6 at best. Oh, that does suck, but Ted Head not even gonna get anywhere close. The Gladiator will start weaving across the line because he knows he's won this race for FPR. As all the rest of them just come sliding across the line. So Ted takes P2. Hugo takes P3 ahead of Marcus in P4. Vince K P5. Jaden in P6, then Sites, Matteo, Tonton, Diablo, Derucci, Pedro, and then now we just wait for K and the lights. As the lights coming into the pits yet again. Into the pits across the line for what is last place. That is very unfortunate. So here you go, final classification then. Gladiator for 3, taking the win for FPR. Then Ted Head takes P2 for TDR. Hugo P3, then Marcos, Vince, Jadan, Sites, Matteo, Tonton, and Diablo claim the last points. Then just outside the points, Derucci, Pedro. Unfortunately, the other hyperdrive driver of K disconnected, couldn't get him back in. And then the last of the finishers also taking the fastest lap a couple laps ago. And then your non-finishers consist of the Claw, Believin', Kieran, and Dominicio. So that has been it for that has been it for AVC this week. We will be back next week. We'll be back next week for when I get the calendar. We'll be going to Vegas next week. Oh, anyone fancy going to the casino? So we'll have Vegas, and then the final race will be at Interlagos, aka Brazil. So that has been me, the Piney Penguin, and we'll see you next week in Vegas. So be safe. See ya.